Hi, I'm going to start a project, complete a new project, and we will be discussing environment properties and environment variables in SwiftUI. Okay, so this is our brand new project, and currently these have no contents. Let's take some variables. For example, state, private, var, our username, string, and state private var password, email string, and state private var address string, and state private var phone. Okay, so let's add some text here. Stack input fields. So for example, form, then text field. Okay, so here section. All right, so vstack, we don't need vstack, and then we don't need. So all right, so generally a very simple thing here: username, email address, and phone we have. So let's extract a new model, because there can be hundred of fields, and if we declare state, and this will be a very big code, and this is not a good practice, and that will be very bad practice. So let's extract a new model. Extract user, username string, email string, address string, phone string. So mm, now let's state object private var user, type is user, and we let it user, and let it is equal to string is equal to, let's define some default values for. Okay, so user is equal to user. Now let's add here string user. These are, we are binding the state object into the text fields. So user email and dollar user dot address and dollar user dot phone. Okay, so state object. So state object, not state object, sorry, it should be state. Okay, now let's create another view. where this informations and create another page. So create another view. So let's create another button at first. For example, button submit, and sorry, button it action action. Okay, and here is text submit. Now frame alignment center and dot frame height height 40. So 40 and dot. Okay, so we are doing something wrong here because the frames and this code should not be in text. So let's add this to. Okay, now background color dot blue and foreground color white and corner radius 10. All right, so this is a very basic UI. So let's set it 50. So submit. So uh, what we are going to do is, after submitting this information, so currently we have no actions. We can fill the information, for example, Sujit, then Sujit at the rate of gmail.com, and then address, test address, and phone 12345 6. Okay, so currently this button does nothing, but we are going to open a new screen with all this information uh, when submitting this, after submitting this form. So let's create a new screen called new file from template SwiftUI view and profile view. So view profile view. Okay, so create. Yeah, so we are going to show something here called state. So for example, we are going to show var user, okay, is equal to user, and let's not initiate any username, and we are going to show display the user values here. For example, vstack text dot font as title, so title title and dot bold. All right, now let's spacer and another spacer. In middle we are going to show the user profile information. For example, let's text username, and then again so user email, and then okay, and then after that, so let's not add any padding, it just looks bad. So text address, so user address, and then font headline, then text phone, user phone, and font headline. So user dot email. Okay, so let's mm, alignment dot leading and contain. Okay, so now vstack and dot frame max width dot infinity. So all right, dot mm, frame max width dot infinity. All right, and we are going to add some padding into it. Add some padding. All right, some padding. Okay, so whatever so string spacing and yes profile view, and let's add some padding here. Simple dot bottom 20. Okay, so 24, 24. Yes, profile view. So here the informations will display it. So and we will be passing a user from the content view. So after filling up this form, if user click on this, so let's make something like state private var show profile is equal to false. Now let's show profile dot toggle, and now we have to use navigation stack, and so now vstack, and then now vstack, and then navigation title. So navigation title user form. Okay, so content views, so navigation title user from, sorry, navigation title, mm, update profile, update profile. So update profile, update profile, profile, and here going to so navigation stack, and all right, update profile. Now let's do something, then let's do the navigation now. So dot navigation destination, navigation navigation destination is presented destination. So is presented dollar show profile. So if this variable is true, then it will navigate to a view. Which view? And we created a profile view, so user. So we are making like this. So we are navigating to profile view that we just created with the variable we are adding this. So now let's test something. So for what we did, let's test. Sorry. Okay, so it opened. Now let's set Sarojit, then Sarojit rate of gmail.com, and then just test and phone something, and then submit. Yes, so as you see, we whatever we added this, and when we go to a navigation new screen, it does show the profile info what we added here. For example, we adding Russell and russell@gmail.com and address. Now let's see, and address New York. Okay, yes. Sorry, not network, it should be New York. All right, so we can we can do like this, but what if we have too many views? So are we going to uh, use this type parameters and variables, and this doesn't look very clean? So for example, if we create another view, for example, new file from template, SwiftUI view, and here let's create um, profile verification, profile verification view, and create. Okay, so now we are adding another user, and then we will be adding here like this tag. See, and profile verification view, and let's paste it. Okay, so verify profile, verify profile. Now okay, so let's something like what we created already. So this tag. Okay, so let's profile verification, and let's say for example, okay, now here let's do something like code verification. So email address verification, and let's add like in user, let's add verification code. So verification code string. All right, now let's profile verification view. Here let's add the enter the verification code, 6 digit 6 digit code sent to your email, and user dot verification. So verification code. Now we don't need text fields, and here what we do is private var show profile. So is verified, is verified false. So here, so as soon as they are clicking the button, and is presented, and we are going to, once their verification complete, let's go to again content view. So content view. Okay, so now let's see. All right, title verify profile. Verify profile. Okay, so you can see something like this. Stack verified profile. Enter the 6-digit code sent to your email address. Now we want that once they click on the submit button, we will go back to the update profile view. So we will go back to this view. So let's go to profile view and add another button here. State private var should verify, should verify, and then here should verify dot toggle. So here now let's see. Yes, complete verification, complete verification. Okay, so we want that okay, so we want something like okay, so should verify, should verify. So once the user click on complete verification, he should go to the verification page, and once he clicks the verified, once he completes the verification, he should go back to update profile view. So let's see something. Username, test, email, test, the rate of test dot ios, address, test, and phone, test address. Submit. Yes, this now complete verification, and enter the 6-digit code, and then again submit. Then they are coming here, but here our informations are not showing anymore. And here we are doing one thing is we are navigating to profile view with this user variable state object, and in this verification view we are going to content view, and in profile view we have to pass this variable to profile verification view. So let's add user and okay, so profile verification view. Now let's okay, user and let's okay, so what our environment object do is like this. For example, instead of state private var, if we take environment object private var user, then what we have to do is uh, okay, so user observable object. Okay, so environment private var. Okay, now okay, so here we are seeing that cannot find user in scope. Okay, so what we do is let's make something like uh, not here, and verification view and profile view. Here let's not make like this, and let's make like environment object var user. Okay, and uh, observable object. So let's do something in content view and struct. Let's make this observable object, and let's make like this. So published, and then let's class. Okay, and same here, and same here, same here, and same here. So published, and same here. Let's make like this. So published. All right, now here we cannot use state anymore. Let's sorry, so let's make it like environment object var user. Yes, now all the errors are gone. Now we don't need to use user like this, so we can simply call profile view. Now let's go there, profile. In profile view we can do the same, and we don't need to pass the variables always whenever we submit. So let's check what happens now. Okay, so here something is wrong. uh, View. Okay, so object is missing. Now let's go to app and dot environment object user. Okay, build succeeded. Now let's see username associate, and email is the rate of test, address, my address, and phone is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. All right, so let's submit. Yes. So if we go to profile view, we will see that we didn't have to pass the profile view. We didn't have to pass. Uh, yes. So we didn't have to pass this thing, the user variable, because we already declared here the environment object user, and then we are getting this environment object here and also here. Okay, so we don't need to state private var user, so let's environment object user. So let's verify profile. So let's make it user dot username. So username verify profile. So let's see what happens. And test at the rate of ios.com, address and phone. All right, so submit profile view, complete verification, and you can see in profile verification view we didn't pass any variable of this user, because it is taking the object from environment. This is called environment object. So if we pass the environment object in main, from the main content view and from the app, then we can access that environment object from any view we have in this full entire application. So this is by this way we can reduce our code, and it becomes more compact and more efficient. So let me know if you didn't understand something, and in comment don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.